Okay, so you guys have seen the process of me putting another mini album together, and I have showed you which cover. I've also showed you how I scored these and also like the length of paper and everything. And you got to see all of that. And now I have glued down my paper for the inside of the spine. Then I have glued down my spine page bits, as you can see. And now the next step is to cover the inner sides. And I'm going to show you how I did those. And I haven't glued it yet, but because I had such amazing comments in regards to the Maggie Holmes mini album that I have previously shared, I am just happy to share with you guys the way I go about making my style of mini album. So this time, instead of making it a long page with only 3 page lots, I decided to split that height in half. I made the cover a little bit longer because the last one was 6 3/4 inch tall, but this time is 7 inches tall. And I divided the page slots into 6 slots instead of just having 3. So this is going to be super fun to interact with once it's finished. And so I am going to show you how I'm going to attach the inner covers. So this is my base. So I went through my parasol collection. I measured the height. So because this is 7 inches tall, I needed this to be less than 7 inches. So it becomes, I think it's now 6 7/8. But let me just measure it again for you guys using my scoreboard. Yep, so it's 6 7/8 tall. And then the paper is 6 inches wide. So 6 inches wide, 6 7/8 inches tall. Then I scored it. And so where did I score it at? I scored it at, so this is my 6-inch paper. I scored it at 2.5. And then I grabbed another pattern paper so I can make a pocket using this side of the paper where I scored at 2.5. So then you have to cut out another piece of paper that is, this is how long? 3 inches wide by 6 7/8. And so you cut that down and then you attach it to the other side of this pattern paper. You can just simply glue the 3 sides, but I prefer to use my sewing machine. So that's how I went about it. it's a faster process for myself and I like the look of it as well. But you don't need a sewing machine to be doing this mini album at all. All you have to do is cut the right size paper, attach it to the opposite side of this, and then just simply glue the 3 sides. Okay? So then you have this opening flap. Then the white bit is actually going to be glued down like this. But did I stop there? No, because I wanted to make it more interactive. So what I did is I needed another flap bit. Now this time I didn't want the height to be the same as 6 7/8 because I want to be able to see 3 different pattern paper. So I am going to glue this flap down onto this space here. Then I am going to be gluing everything down like this after I have chosen my trim for the closure. But I really wanted to share with you guys how I go about doing my inner sides that are interactive and things like that. So this paper that I have chosen, I will give you the height. But really the height, you guys can decide for yourself. You might want it a little bit more taller than mine. You might want the size to be more narrower than mine. It's entirely up to you. But I like it like this. So my one is 3.5 inches wide by 5 1/4 height. Then I scored my right side of the paper at 2 7/8. I scored at 2 7/8. Then you just fold it, then you glue it down. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now this video, I am explaining things slowly, so you guys can actually pause the video and follow my instructions if you wanted to try to make this as well. But really, this is how I like doing things, and this is what my brain was telling me to do. But really, it's entirely up to you. You might be choosing completely different pattern paper from the Maggie Holmes Parasol collection. You might be using a completely different paper collection. But I just wanted to share my base idea. So then I am going to glue it down like this after choosing a trim to glue underneath. But for my front cover, I like to actually glue the trim on the outer of the album. And then for the back, I glue down the trim at the inside of my cover. And that way, it makes it more strong. So my idea is to glue this down, but I was like, when you open this side, do you want it just blank like this? And I said no. So I measured the height of this and the width, and I cut out my triangular piece, and I am going to either glue it like this or take it to my sewing machine and stitch it. But for the sake of the video, I will glue it down because I can always go back and finish it off with a sewing machine. But for those of you who don't have a sewing machine and who are going to make it without sewing, you can just glue it down like this. So you cut the right size of your triangle with the pattern paper you love, and then you just have to glue down the 2 sides. By doing that, it gives you a tuck spot. And for my tuck spot, I chose this button pattern paper. And yes, that is part of the border strip that comes with your 12 by 12 or 6 by 8 paper pad. I absolutely love how they put the patterns together like this, and I always use them. I try my best to use them. I don't stress myself to use them. My brain just likes to use them because it just complements it so nicely. So I measured, this one here measures 2.5 by 5 inches tall, and I just corner rounded it using my corner punch. And so this slides in here, you guys. Okay. Now, because it's not glued, it's not dried properly yet, I don't want to push it in any more further, but the idea is that it'll fit there like this. Okay. I absolutely love it. Maybe I might chop it down a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes, how it fits after it's really nicely dried, because I don't want my paper to get stuck in there. So that's another thing you have to think about. You have to make sure that there is enough area for the glue to glue down. So then you cut out the paper to fit the slot. Okay? So it's going to be like this. Now I am able to glue this down at the inside of my front cover. So I have interactive page here already. So I can open this, take this out. I can open this, insert something into my pocket. And if you want to, this is another area where you can do something different. You can cut out another pattern paper to attach it to this page, this middle bit here, for it to flip up. It's entirely up to you. But make sure you glue down the piece of paper underneath this before you glue the whole lot down into the cover. I hope that makes sense. But I am going to keep this one as is, and I'm going to glue it down like this. And so once everything has been glued down, I can go back and further decorate if I wanted to. I can add some sentiments down here. I can stamp a sentiment in the corner. I can just leave it as it is. If I wanted to, I could probably stamp a border around as well if you have one of those border stamps. I mean, the idea is endless. So that's my inside cover idea, okay? So for the back one, I will show you the pattern paper I have chosen for the back one. So this is my other side. I have chosen this blue periwinkle stripy pattern paper. There's my pocket. And then my opening flap is going to be glued on here like this. Glued behind this, and then it's gonna close together like this. Okay, I absolutely love seeing all of these colors that has, it totally matches all the colors of the bows. Do you see what I'm doing? I am picking off the colors from my chosen pattern paper to match it. And that's the most exciting part for me in my crafting, is matching colors together like that. I just absolutely love it. And so if a collection doesn't give me the colors that give me enough joys looking at it, then I don't buy it or create with it. So this collection, I kind of said to myself, could be by far the best collection from Maggie Holmes for me. But me saying that is only possible because I never got to experience with the much older Maggie Holmes collection. So from out of all the Maggie Holmes papers that I have worked with, the Parasol so far is my best at the moment, I think. So I'm just sharing you my thoughts. So this is going to be glued down here, and then inside I have chosen this pattern paper for my triangle tuck spot. So it's going to glue down like this, and this is my paper piece that's going to go into the tuck spot, okay? So I will glue everything and come back and share with you guys, do a proper flip through, of course, but that's what's going to go in my back cover. Now, we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how I went about making my pages, okay, for these slots. So I have one that's not fully glued down. So I'm going to use this as an example, but I need to show you the other ones that I have glued. So I have 6 pages, right? So I've got 6 slots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I needed to start off with 6 pattern paper for my base pages. For my base pages, so this is the add-on bit. So I will show you and talk you through that as well. That's another pocket tuck spot. So this is my base pattern paper, okay? Now my base pattern paper is 12 inches wide. And the height is, I think it's 3 1/4. So it's 3/4 tall, 12 inches wide, okay? So this project is so good to, quickly cut and just score and fold and do things with it. It's just so fun for me. So it's 3 1/4 inches tall, 12 inches wide strip of paper. And where I have scored it is, hang on a minute. Now, did I write all this down? I think I did, but I don't know if I remember where I put it. Anyway, it's probably just easier to show it to you and talk to you through like that. So I first scored at 3 1/2. And because I'm using a smaller size scoreboard, it's so much easier for me to flip the 12 inches paper to the other side and then score this bit here. Now this bit here is 1 1/2. So if you have a long strip of the 12-inch wide paper, you would first score at 3 1/2, turn the paper around and then score at 1 1/2 so you get this pocket bit. So then you would have folded that over on this side, and so you would score it at 3 1/2, fold it, then you would score at 1 1/2 on the other side, fold it to make this pocket, then you would fold the remainder bit in half. Okay, I hope that's easy to understand. So that's my base page. Then I went through my pattern paper and chose the insert part for the pocket. Okay, this is what I'm calling the small side insert. So this is 3 1/4 inches wide, 2 3/4 inches tall, and I just use my corner rounder to slide it in there. Okay, now this white bit here is going to become a pocket. How? I'll show you. So let me just move this bit out of the way because I've explained that. Now with this one, when I'm attaching this page slot, it's gonna go, see? So this bit here is gonna have glue or double-sided tape, glue, double-sided tape. So then I am going to glue it like this. See, I'm gonna glue it like this, and it's gonna become my page. But I didn't want my page lot to end here. I wanted to add another add-on page. So this is the add-on page that's going to be glued onto here, this part. So it's gonna go glue like that. And this paper here, this is my add-on page. I think this is 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. And I scored on the right side. From the right side, I scored at 3. Or you can score at 3 inches. Then you have a 1/2 inch score on the right side. Okay? So it's 3 1/2 inches wide, and you scored at 3. So you get this 1/2 inch bit that you fold over to be able to glue onto this bit here. So let me show you that. So we are going to glue this onto here, all right? So you just follow your scored fold. So then now I have this add-on page and it opens up like this. Then you have your pocket bit here. Then you go without this bit here, you're just going to have the white page and you can completely leave it like that. But for me, I wanted to add another flip up portion. So I cut out another piece of paper. This is what I'm calling the stitch on page. So this is 2.5 inches wide and 3/4 inches tall. And I just took it to my sewing machine and stitched the top bit so I can easily do this. So there's like writing space or little mini photo adding area. You can add things there as well. I just love the flips and the tucks and the pockets and things like that. So that's how I like to make my mini album. It's pretty much similar to how I like to make journals as well, but journals you have a lot more option because it's a bigger size and things like that. And you can just go crazy with any of the mini albums or journals, but I really am enjoying the clean side of making the mini album. And so that's my stitch on page. So without the sewing machine, once again, you just have to glue at the top and glue it down. Some people might like to do a little score line so that it folds up easier. Now I don't have to do the score line because I'm stitching it. The stitches makes it easier for, to just flip up. So I just stuck some sticker there, like sentiment sticker. I am right where I need to be. I love using positive sentiments and things. And everything isn't fully completed yet, but I have basically done all of my paper selection and cutting and things like that. Now this is going to be attached to this here, like this. And when I'm attaching this page, I will be gluing here and here and here so that it becomes a pocket. So then I'm gonna have a pocket here at the top. So for my pocket insert, I have chosen this pattern paper. Now this is not from the 12 by 12. This particular sky one is from the 6 by 8. So this, let's see, it's 2 3/4 inch wide and it's 5.5 tall, and you just fold it in half and I corner rounded the edges here. So then this is going to be my pocket. This is becoming my pocket insert like this. So once the page is attached, this bit here is going to be my pocket. So I can decide to have the pocket insert showing on this side, or I can decide to have it showing on the other side like this. So when you open the page, you have that bit to lift up like this or to take it out. Okay? And you can further decorate here, but I'm going to leave it blank most likely because this is a really smaller size page and I really would like to showcase the beautiful pattern paper. So then the other side is like this. Then you open it and you have this area here and you have a pocket here. Okay? I really love these so much. So that's one lot of the page. I will show you the rest. So this is the slot. This is the pattern paper I chose for this pocket here. It's going to open up like this. I chose that camera pattern paper. And that's the pocket. And see how I made use of the top border strip part? Look at all of those patterns together. I love it so much. And then it just goes in here. And this one opens up like this and it closes. I just love the colors that just go together so nicely. Okay, so I have 6 lots of these. So I'll just quickly show you my other ones. And I will do, after I glue everything and finish decorating fully decorated pages, I will share with you and talk you through as well. But I have thoroughly enjoyed using this collection so much. And because I only bought the 6 by 12 inch sticker sheets and the paper pads, I have fussy cut out some images as well to use. Now this is a tuck spot here. And I have used some different stickers, like word stickers from different collection, which I'm totally happy to do so because I love mixed in collections anyway. So I will be back to show you guys my completed mini album. Thanks for watching. Bye.